Welcome back to Natitude News, everybody. I am your host, Josh St. Laurent. We are back. Sorry for the little hiatus. We had some family over. Busy time. It's the summertime, so things are moving. I was able to watch all the Nats games as of late, except for last night. I was at a concert. I'm pretty happy I didn't get to watch last night's game against the Dbacks. Nothing really to love there, but lot to talk about that series, but I kind of want to get started with some news concerning, again, what the Nats are going to be doing at the deadline. I know I keep harping on this, but I mean, hey, it's a big topic, especially because the Nats are actually, we're in it this year. Maybe even though we're kind of on the fringe, but we're still in it, and there's still a chance we could take over a wild card spot, or we could do something with that. So there are just rumors about trading people, what we're going to do when it comes to that stuff, or buying. You never know with that. So I just found this thing. This is per Joel Sherman of the Athletic, of the New York Post. Extension talks between starter Foster Griffin and the Nationals have fizzled quickly, per Joel Sherman of the New York Post. And it also says that the Nationals are aiming to sell and buy at the deadline as they sit square at 500 and only 3 games behind the final NL wildcard spot. However, it's reported that they are to add at least one big league player and will even consider acquiring a player on an expiring contract if they deem it is the right fit. So the Nationals, from what it sounds like, they're going to be buying, which is a good sign. You love to see that, but may not be the big splash names that everybody's really looking for. But I want to kind of touch on Foster Griffin real quick. So like I said, the extension talks have fizzled quickly. So it's obviously unfortunate, but he is on a 1-year deal. The way he's been performing this season, he's absolutely going to try free agency. It doesn't mean that the Nationals won't end up extending him in free agency. Who knows? I mean, let's just make it there first. Maybe he'll get traded in about, what is it, a week? What is it? Third, so in about a weekish, we'll see where he's at. If he's on another team, or if he's still on the Nats. If he finishes out the year with us, if we have a great week here, who knows if he'll finish out his tenure, or maybe we'll just let him go and we'll trade him for prospects or hopefully another big league player somewhere. But like I said, in the final part of that, the Nationals are aiming to sell and buy at the deadline as they sit square at 500 and only 3 games behind the final NL wildcard spot. I'll go over the standings in a second. However, it is reported that they are to add at least one big league player and will even consider acquiring a player on an expiring contract if they deem it is the right fit. So at least one big league player. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I hope it's a big league player. Whether that means it looks like they're probably going to trade more than they're buying this year, which is really unfortunate, sell more than they're buying this year, which is really unfortunate considering that, man, this is probably the best shot we have so far to actually do something at the deadline. I mean, are we going to trade Louis? Maybe. I don't know where that goes. CJ, I have know where that goes. Sorry. Whoops, I just dropped my seat. CJ, I don't know where that's going. I also read some things that CJ's not really going to be available, which is great. I don't think you should trade CJ Abrams. But when it comes to Louis and Foster Griffin, I think Louis' trade would be for a bigger piece, like an actual MLB starter, like a really good one. Because I mean, Louis is having a great season, and he would be a great addition to another team, either at second base or at first base. Depends on where they want to play him. He hasn't played second base at all this year, so they don't know. But when it comes to Foster Griffin, I feel like that's going to be more for prospects. Who knows, though? I mean, the only person that really knows is the Nationals front office. I'm glad that we're going to be hopefully buying, but it says we're going to sell and buy, so I don't exactly know what that means. We'll have to see in the next coming days. But in order for the Nats to actually start buying, Well, something needs to happen, and that's winning. The team needs to play better if they want to buy at the deadline and compete. That's how it goes. I feel like that's very well known. That's what should happen. A team has to play very, very, very good for to buy the deadline, because the GM has to be sure, okay, this team's actually going to compete. And with us sitting, as the little piece just said, at square 500, heading in pretty much almost a week until the deadline, we don't really know. And we have two more games against Arizona. These two, I can't even explain how big these two games are. This decides our season. These next two games, okay? Today, well, let's talk about last night. Carson Palmquist and Zach Littell pitched last night. When are we going to be done with the Carson Palmquist experiment as an opener? Are we ever going to be? Are we ever going to be satisfied with that? Because man, I'm getting quick of that, really fast. I'm getting really tired of Carson Palmquist opening games. Where maybe you want to put Tom Cosgrove in to open, or someone like that. I just don't understand why Carson Palmquist keeps getting the nod to open games, and he's obviously not. I mean, or you also pitch him 2 innings. Just give him 1 inning. You already saw him go get out of a jam in the first inning. Obviously, the second inning is going to be the same like that. I just don't understand the whole thing with Carson Palmquist. I'm sorry, Carson. Yeah, not a big fan of Carson Palmquist opening games. There's so many better options in the bullpen. And then Zach Littell came in and actually pitched very good. He just gave up, or there was a there's a sac fly in the 7th that just killed him. I mean, pitching was okay today, or pretty good last night. And the offense just absolutely crapped the bed. When we needed it to step up the most, it didn't. Dylan Cruz had a great game-tying homer in the 4th. But other than that, totally underperformed. Diamondbacks had Eduardo Rodriguez pitching last night. He's having a great year. And they're just gonna throw lefties at us, the Diamondbacks are. So who knows, man? But when it comes to these next two games, if we lose the next two games, that'll probably put us about 5 games back of the Diamondbacks, who are in the 3rd spot right now, and that'll pretty much seal the deal. We're 3 games back now. Miami's lost 10 in a row, which is great to hear, but there needs to be a game where they lose, we win. That's just how it has to happen. That means we're going to get over them. St. Louis is pretty much right with us. So is Pittsburgh. So the teams that are not in are very close together. We're about a game back at Pittsburgh. Game back at Pittsburgh. And they're the last team kind of standing before the Diamondbacks. But the Diamondbacks are 2 games ahead of Pittsburgh. So there's kind of starting to be a little bit of a gap between the teams. Not a big gap. It's 2 games. Not that big of a gap, but it's still a gap. I mean, it used to be a half game. It used to be a game, even a game and a half. Those are small margins to overcome. Once we get to 3 and 4 and 5, those are the type of... That's you don't want to enter that realm. You really don't. That's not really where you want to be. And also, don't forget about San Diego, who they're 4 games back of the Diamondbacks. They're 1 game behind us. So it's a bunch of everything's jumping up and down. Philly and Chicago, I think, they're gonna hold on to the first 2, although Arizona might jump up above Philly. They're only Philly's only a half game ahead of them. Or sorry, a game ahead of them. Sorry. So even though it is almost it's late July, but these are the type of conversations we have to start having now when it gets to this time of year, because now our teams are going to be looking, okay, do we have a chance to compete, or are we just going to sell, take it easy for this year, come back next year? I really need the Nats to win these next 2 games, and if we lose these next 2 games, that's pretty much the season. And I hate to say it, we have Foster Griffin going tonight at 4 o'clock. Really confident about that. Here's the problem. Game 3, the finale, tomorrow at 1:30. You're telling me if we win this game with the season on the line, you're going to throw out Miles Michaelis. with the season on the line, pretty much. If we win this game tonight, season on the line, that's who you're going to pull out for me? I mean, I guess, bro. I mean, I don't want to see Carson Palmquist opening either. That's the last person I want to see on the mound against 1, 2, 3 of Arizona. That's not really what I want to see. I actually don't want to see either of them. But excuse the noise outside again. Sorry about that. And then let's just kind of look at it. We have Toronto. Hopefully, if we win these next two, we can keep it going against Toronto. Then we kind of run into a brick wall against Atlanta. Even though they're struggling and we beat them in a series, we're very capable of beating them. That's just kind of a tough one. And then the start of the Phillies series. That's the deadline. So we'll see where we're at in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. 8 days, folks. Pretty much 9 days till the deadline. We will see. Maybe we make moves before then. If we lose these next two against Arizona, then maybe we'll make moves before. We have a chance to get back to 500 against Toronto if we lose these next three. Who knows? Who knows where that's all going to be at? I don't know. I'm not in the front office. I don't know what Paul Taboni is thinking. I think I have a couple reports. Let me get on to my news thing here real quick. I kind of want to dig in because I saw some notifications here. So another thing on Twitter, Nats Talk. This is from Robert Murray of Fansided. My expectation is this is Robert Murray talking. My expectation is, despite what will likely be tons of phone calls about the C.J. Abrams, the Nationals will likely hold on to the young shortstop. That's great news. Again, he's a cornerstone of our team, and he's so important for us to compete, like we just saw in Colorado. He had a great series in Colorado. But I feel like a broken record at this point. The offense isn't what I'm worried about. Yeah, did we put up a stinker last night? Yeah, but that's bound to happen. Eduardo Rodriguez is a great pitcher with great stuff, and that's going to happen. We need to be able to keep teams under like 3 runs a game. And again, pitching was great last night. The offense put up a dud. It really is the pitching. It's just unfortunate. What else do I have here for news? I saw something. Give me a second. I try not to edit any of this because I like to keep it raw. So apologies if I'm just like scrolling on my phone here. Here we go. So this was from 3 days ago. So this is 3 days. It's very little time, but it's also a long time in MLB standards. 3 days ago, I think we just won the finale. No, we were coming off the first game of the Colorado series. So this was a long time ago. So, but just keep in mind, this is what I'm reading from 3 days ago. So this is from Paul Taboni on 106.7 The Fan, the radio show DC. He's very optimistic and thinks the Nats have a real shot to make the playoffs. He believes that regardless of whether or not the Nats buy or sell, the team has a real shot at making the postseason. Taboni noted that they are still active in trade conversations and that they are trying to upgrade any way they can. He also noted that if the Nats get to August 3rd and they're 52-61, versus at 62-51, that meaningfully changes things. He followed that up by saying that the likeliest world is that they're a game or two within 500, which I agree with. And we're not gonna get to 62-51, and we're not gonna get to 52-61. I'm not worried. Or what did I just say? 62-51 or 52-61. Yeah, so we're not going to be at either of those. I doubt it. So we are dead 500 right now. That means we would have to lose the next whatever game until the deadline. That means we would lose out. So that's just not going to happen. We're not going to lose out. And I don't think we're going to win out either. Do I hope so? Absolutely. Absolutely, I hope so. I really do. Or win out. Do I hope we win out? I hope we win out, yeah. I don't know if I said I lose out. I don't want to lose out. I want to win out. But do I think we're going to do that? I have no idea. Let's kind of look towards the game today. Again, Foster Griffin is throwing today. For the Diamondbacks is Mitch Bratt, sorry. He's only pitched 3 games in the league. He's a 5.06 ERA. 7 strikeouts. He does not have a record. So we'll see. This is a chance for the Nats offense to get on early. give Foster Gifford some room to work, let him pitch into the seventh, then throw out Eddie Jean and Tom Cosgrove and all these guys. That's like a perfect world, like a 5-0, 5-1 game. Perfect scenario for us to get back on track. Keep the season alive. Every game is keeping the season alive. Win today, keep the season alive. You never know. Win tomorrow, win the series. Boom. There you go. Then you go play this really struggling Toronto at home. And yeah, we're not really good at home, and I get it. But so hopefully you want to build on every game. It's exactly like exactly what these guys did right here. Build on every game. Stay 1-0 every day. And I think that should be the motto. 1-0 every single day. 1-0 every single day. Ingrain that into the players' minds. Take every game as like a playoff game. And I think they are. I think that's what Blake Butera said, is that they're playing every game like a playoff game, which it should be, because these are literally win or go home games at this point. I'm kind of tired. Of sitting in August knowing we're not going to be in the playoffs. So, again, we don't know yet. We don't know. Nobody knows with this team yet. It's all speculation at this point with this team. It all depends on this game tonight and then the next one. And then every game from here on out depends. It all depends. It all depends on how this team plays. And that, the deadline is a big part of it. Can we land somebody big? Obviously, we're not going to get Mason Miller. I hope we do, but I obviously don't think we are. We're not going to get Aroldis Chapman because, well, let's safe to say the Red Sox are playing exceptional right now, and they're not going to trade anybody. They're going to trade their prospects for some superstars, which we should do. I'm kind of tired of the F word, which is future. Yeah, I want a good future, but also we're in this moment right now. We have a chance to really make a splash here. And, if we have to give up some prospects, so be it, man. But don't do that if we lose out, or we start losing, But if we start winning here in the next couple days, I mean, man, you gotta do something, man. You gotta upgrade something. Give me something here. I know I just said like last week they're gonna stay put. That's what I think they're gonna do. I don't want them to stay put. I want them to go buy. But what do I think they're gonna do? Stay put. Maybe trade Louis or Foster Gifford. I think Foster Gifford's probably the highest probability of getting traded. That's probably obvious. He's a one year deal. Some clubs like maybe the Cubs or the Brewers. Somebody will need him down the stretch. I hope he stays with us, but what are you gonna do? I mean, it happened to Candelario. It happened to Jesse Winker. All these players that were playing like unreal for us, they got traded. And what do you do, man? It's unfortunate. Talk about the Colorado series a little bit. Opening game, played well. Chaparro started his hot streak. Was in Sacramento, but he kept it going in Colorado. 3-run bomb in the first inning. Colorado got 3 back in the third. Then we kind of carried it. The bullpen pitched really nice. Cornelio got out of some jams. Cosgrove, that was his coming out party. Matt Crook played really well. So yeah, I don't really want to harp on this series too long because this is a long time ago. Kyle Freeland got into it with Chaparro. I posted this on my Instagram story. Freeland, you got a 40 ERA, dude. Last thing you should be worrying about is somebody walking on your mound, bro. Like, relax. Like, it's not that big of a deal, man. Second game, should have won. This is a game where this is a series we need to sweep. Take a series win. It was 8-7 loss. Hunter Goodman in the 8th went down and got one. Nothing Clayton Beater could do on that pitch. That was a great pitch. He went down and got one and hit it into the Denver sky. So it is what it is about that. Abrams went bananas. I mean, that's what you get for starting Miles Michaelis. It is what it is. Palmquist didn't help. Palmquist sucks. He's so bad, dude. I don't know why we keep throwing him out there. And then an 8-0 shutout in Denver. Kate Cavalli, fantastic game. What else is there? We had 6 runs in the 7th inning. I try to, not even talk about that. That's not important right now. What's important is what happened last night and these next 2 games. against Arizona. I mean, I can't. These are the biggest games I've seen since Game 7 of the World Series in 2019. Man, those are the biggest games I've seen. Like that was the last big game for this team. Was in Game 7, October 30th or 31st, 2019, in Game 7 of the World Series. Now it's this. Now it's these two. Never really had any recently. I can't think of anything in 2021 that was like this. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is big. These are huge for this team, and this is just going to prove can this team deliver in big moments. Yesterday showed we can't. Hopefully, series win would be awesome. Play in Toronto after. Take advantage. You need to win these games. You need to. That's all I gotta say, man. You just gotta get to the deadline with a winning record, man, and maybe things will happen. That's all I ask. Get to August 3rd with a winning record, and that starts tonight. You can't go under. You cannot go under 500 because that'll really hurt this team. And maybe that means, if we start losing, maybe that means we start trading CJ or people like that, and that'll really end my year. That'll really piss me off. I'm sorry. You can't do that. That's what I'm going to leave you off with there. Nats need to win tonight. Must win. Can't lose. Literally like a playoff game. Cannot lose it. Same with tomorrow. If you lose tonight, hopefully you have tomorrow to get back to 500. If you win tonight, get 2 games over. I mean, that's huge. Then you get 2 games in the Diamondbacks, and you're right back in the race. We're still in the race. We're only 3 games back, and we have a whole nother month, 2 months left in the season. But you don't want to fall like 5 games back, because that's where you get in the danger zone. That's where you ultimately trade at the deadline, which you don't want to do, or sell at the deadline. So I'm going to leave you off with that. Sorry for the shorter episode today. The game is on in about an hour. I am already nervous. This is the most nervous I've been. Like I said, I was at a concert last night, so I was not able to watch. I saw Dylan Cruz's 2-run homer, which was great. But other than that, crappy performance last night. Offense needs to wake up. Pitching needs to wake up. And I'm trusting Foster Griffin with that task. Thank you, everybody, for watching today. I will be back after the Arizona series. I'll see you. Hopefully when I'm back, I'm in a more positive attitude. Hopefully we're in a good position. Hopefully we won the next 2 games. Hopefully play in Toronto. 2 games over 500. Thank you very much. Go Nats.